Hello everybody and welcome back to my Minecraft vlog. I know it's been a while since I've actually made one of these, because I've had nothing interesting to talk about. And this is actually going to be going up on a Monday instead of a Sunday because Michael isn't home to make more people and I need a video post today because I didn't post one yesterday. So, here we go. I'll be talking about work because I really have nothing else better to talk about. I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of a loser. But I got called into work Thursday. And I already worked, but I got called in early because one of the managers there that was supposed to be stupid pig, somebody in her family died or something, and she's had a lot of family members dead. Like, I don't understand how she has any more family members. That's how often that her family members die. It's kind of scary. I'm surprised she's not dead. Okay, but she left early, and I went in got there at 2. And if I get there at 2, I can do changes for the menus, which I pull out people that cancel dinner or get trays or blah 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 blah. It's a really simple concept. It just takes some time. And I figure if I get there before she does them, or if I get there at 2, I can, do it, because 2 is at least when you gotta start. So I ended up getting there at 2:10. Apparently she finished them at 2 and left. So I was kind of mad, because then I realized she did my changes, and I had to go back and redo them all. I was a little upset. But instead of just redoing them all, I kind of just checked, did a quick check over of some of it, and then went and fixed where she had her table numbers, because for some reason she thought it's a good idea to give people that have 1, 2, and 3 table 46, and people that have 47, or not 47, 43, 48, kind of it's for 17, the tables are nowhere near each other, but she thinks it's a good idea to give them those numbers. So I had to go back and redo those, and I skimmed over to see if I had any tables that were, or tables, sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. I skimmed over the schedule to make sure that she put down everybody that was going to be there and didn't mess up. So she missed a person that was supposed to be training, so I had to put them on the paper. And I realize that a lot of you, if you're listening to this and you don't work with me, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but that's okay. All you gotta know is that what she did was very aggravating. Okay? All cut up now? Okay, now just listen. So, after all that, I was having a pretty decent night. I mean, it wasn't horrible. But this kid that works there, he was a server that night, he, I guess, is just having a bad day. And he was mad, and he was going kind of slow, so whenever I asked him if he needed any help, he kind of gave me a dirty look, tell me no. And then when I go send somebody over there to help him, he kind of gave me a glare, I didn't need help kind of look. But he was really behind. And then all throughout dinner, he was taking so long to bus, because he just wanted to talk to the residents, which I didn't really have a problem with, because I understand, talking to the residents, it's fun. And no one really came up to me and told me that he wasn't doing his job, so I just kind of let go. And then the lead server that night, the lead server picks the end jobs for the people, and when I lead serve, I let them do it when they're all finished. After you're finished with everything, you can come tell me what you want, and then if you're last, you get stuck with whatever's last, so you can get stuck with something that you don't like. So most of the time, it makes people work faster because they realize if they're done first, they get to pick what they want first. That's the way I do it. But not all the lead servers do it like that. And so the lead server of the night just was like picking things for people. And since we had people training, we had to ask them like what they haven't done and they have done, so we make sure that they can get trained on something else that night. And then what was left was vacuuming. And this kid doesn't like vacuuming because he's just like, oh, I was on it for 4 months straight, when he really wasn't. He's just over exaggerating. And the reason, if we continuously put somebody on vacuuming over and over again, it's because they do such a sucky job vacuuming that we don't want them to help us clean the kitchen, because they would do a really sucky job cleaning the kitchen. And if they're doing a sucky job vacuuming on purpose, then we just continuously put them on vacuuming on purpose until that they can prove that they can get better. Because if you can vacuum the floors right, you can clean right. So he would just continuously do a sucky job vacuuming. And he would also be really slow, so usually the last person kind of just gets put on vacuuming. I mean, it's not like we don't like you, we're just going to continue to put you on vacuuming. But it got to a point where he started complaining about it so much, and I was doing 4 jobs in the kitchen one night because I was the lead server. I didn't have a line person, which is the person that plates up the food with the cook, and then the line the lead server puts it on the tray, and then the servers take it out. It's a really weird process if you don't see it done. But the lead server on the line usually clean the kitchen, and usually now, since we only have 6 servers, there's 7 jobs, so the line and lead server usually just have to do 1. Well, that night we were so short that I had to do 4, and the line and the lead server's job. But I figured, oh well, I can do it. And I did, but one of the things I was doing was taking the linens down. And I gave him vacuuming. And he complained to the nice manager about it. And she goes, okay, fine, we'll put you on something else. And I go, what are we going to put him on? And she goes, just give him linens and give whoever's on linens vacuuming. And I go, I'm on linens. I'm not vacuuming. And she's just like, well, fine. I'll vacuum then. I go, why should you have to vacuum? Because he doesn't want to do his job. It's just like you're getting paid to be there, do your job kind of a thing. So I was just like, fine, whatever. I'll vacuum. So I vacuumed. Because if you complain enough, you just can get whatever you want. And that's just kind of what happens. So I guess he was kind of having a pretty rough night, and we had told him he was on vacuuming, and the lead server goes, oh, hey, you're on, and the kid goes, linens? And he goes, nope, vacuuming. And he goes, no, and kept throwing a fit about it. And then he goes, dude, it's your job, just do it. He goes, I did it last night, it's not that bad. You're getting paid to be here, so why are you even arguing with us about it? He goes, I'm on it all the time, blah, blah, blah. And when he really isn't. Everybody thinks that since they are on vacuuming, they get it all the time, but it's not true. But it's annoying. And vacuuming really is not that bad. I do it when I work morning shifts. I have to vacuum where the breakfast section is, and I mean it's not as big as a whole dining room, but even when you vacuum half a dining room, which really isn't that bad. And so he vacuumed, and then we have to set the dining room, and people were sweeping and setting the dining room. There was a couple people out there sitting, and I walked out and I go, hey, I need people sweeping in the kitchen. And the lead server goes, oh, take whoever you want. And I went, okay, how about you and you sitting down? Come on and help us sweep. And so, you know, they got up and they started helping us sweep. Well, the other kid that was sitting there, the one that was kind of giving us trouble all night, he was also sitting, and the lead server goes, hey, why don't you pick up that rack and, or go around with coffee cups, because I said we need to go around with coffee cups and napkins. And he stands up and goes, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And then he walks away and goes to the bathroom. And when he's on his way in there, the lead server goes, oh, don't worry, we'll save a rack for you so you don't miss out on all the fun. And I told him, like, okay, you can just deal with it, I don't care. So I went in the kitchen and, you know, I kind of was just dealing with stuff in there. And, I thought there was something there. So when he comes back, the lead server makes him, like, do his job and set out coffee cups. And he finishes putting those out, and then he goes, clocks out, grabs his keys, and he's on his way out. And the lead server goes, where are you going? And he goes, I'm leaving. He goes, if you walk out that door right now, he goes, that's grounds for termination. And by you leaving right now, you are saying that you're quitting. And he said, okay, bye. And he walked out the door. And I had walked out when the lead server was talking about how that was grounds for termination and blah, 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 blah. And I just heard him say, okay, bye. And he walked out, and I kind of gave him a look. And because the lead server goes, he's gone. And I went, what? He goes, he's gone, he left. And I went, are you serious? He's just like, yeah, he walked out, he's done, he quit. And I went, oh my god. I was like, you just made him quit. Because, in a way, I don't particularly like this kid. I'm okay. I don't want to sound mean, but he's an ass. He's always acted like one, towards me at least, and just not one of my favorite people there. So I don't mean to sound rude or anything, but he really is an ass. And so when he quit, I was kind of happy, to be honest, even though I probably shouldn't have been. But I was DRM the next day. That was actually scheduled for that one though. And so I was gonna go in and just, you know, do my DRM stuff. And I heard that he was gonna come in. So I went and I told the person that works in the office about it. And she said, okay, well, I want to talk to him when he comes in. And I said, okay. So after he comes in, and I told him that he has to be talked to by the person that's in the office, and he said, okay. And he kind of just stayed there and waited for her to get done. And she was like the only person in the office that day and was like running around doing everything. I felt kind of bad for her. But does that look good? I think it looks kind of funny. Oh, okay. So I had to tell her about how, like, everything he did, and he came in and he was acting rude towards me when he came in the second day. and everything. And she's like, okay, well, just let me know how everything. And she went and took care of some stuff, and then she'd come back and goes, okay, is he in the, where is he? And I'm like, oh, he's in the break room. It's like, he's just waiting for you to come and talk to him and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, so she goes, or, well, hang on. I'm going to backtrack a little bit because I forgot about this part. While we were waiting for her, because it took, like, at least an hour for her to actually get done with whatever she was doing, like, multiple times, because I had to find her, like, 3 times. And the lead server that was there last night goes into the break room and I wouldn't say goes off on him, but more of embarrassed him in front of everybody in the break room. He shouldn't have done it in front of everybody because technically he's a manager too. And technically I'm a manager, but I'm not the one that went off on him in the break room. But since he had done that and I walked in at the very end of it, I thought he actually legit, like, went off on him and, like, cussed him out and everything. But he didn't. He just, like, kind of was like, well, why'd you walk out? Why did you do that? Like, you weren't supposed to. Like, and he's just like, I thought if you left in the middle of your shift, you're done. You quit. And, like, when he had walked in, I had said something. I'm like, oh, I thought you quit. And he goes, I didn't quit. He goes, I didn't quit. I didn't actually say the words I quit. I said, well, if you walk out in the middle of your shift, that's quitting. And when you walked out the door, the lead server even said, hey, if you walked out that door, you are quitting. And you said, okay, bye. So I'm pretty sure you quit. And so after all that happened, and the person in the office went and talked to him, like 2 seconds of her saying something, he just starts bawling his eyes out. Like, for no reason. Like, nothing, I don't even know. But apparently, he had told her that the lead server had went off on him and was making fun of him all night, and all the kids were making fun of him all night, which they weren't, and that he had just had enough of it and he left. And instead of coming and talking to me about it or any of that, he just took it upon himself to just leave without permission, which is quitting. You guys all saw that, right? I sure hope so, because that was weird. Oh no. I didn't think that was gonna fall. So, yeah. He still works there. And it's all because he says he has mental problems, which are like anger issues, I guess. And we can't fire him for it. Stupid, doesn't it sound? So we have somebody that hates working there and is giving us a lot of trouble while he's working there, and we have to deal with it. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, there's my rant about work, I guess. I guess it wasn't as bad as the last one, though. But seriously, though, like, if you walk out in the middle of your shift, that's quitting. I feel like that should be a known thing anywhere, right? No? Just me? I mean, that's how it is at my work. But, anyways, I still have to deal with him, even though I don't like him. He's a very unliked person there. But thank you, everybody, so much for watching. You should like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below letting me know how you liked my rant about work. And I will see all you guys